the opportunity to come. So please take up the service at the temple, so you don't miss. Especially in the COVID time, I remember those who were living far, they were not allowed because of the legal requirements. But then those who were at the temple or nearby, they got the opportunity. So there's another aspect, staying in the temple, doing the services. You are always with Krishna. Yeah, I do the kirtan, no problem. Take your time. We start with our wonderful prayer by Bhaktivedanta Thakur. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvaradari Jaya Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachariyam Yamuna Tira Vanachariyam Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari 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 Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvaradari Jaya Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvaradari Jaya Gopi Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare. जय जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तुत श्री श्रीमद् दिवांगर देव की जय जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तुत श्री श्रीमद् दिवांगर श्री भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय ISKCON MBBT Founder-Acharya श्री प्रभुपाद की जय जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तुत श्री श्रीमद् दिवांगर भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत गौरी वैष्णव की जय नाम आचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय श्री गोस्वामी की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय श्री मायापुर धाम की जय श्री नवदीप धाम की जय श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय गंगा मैया की जय यमुना मैया की जय तुलसी देवी की जय भक्ति देवी की जय श्याम वेद भक्त वृंद की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. So today we are continuing our reading of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. We are with Canto 9, Chapter 14. Chapter 14 is titled King Pururava, enchanted by Urvasi. She is heavenly girl. And we are covering today text 44 and 45, verses 44 and 45. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Canto 9, Chapter 14, verse 44 and 45. I repeat the Sanskrit word by word. Sthali sthanam gataha aswatham sami garbham vilakshaya saha Pururava tena dve arani kritva urvasim mantratah dhyayan adhara aranim uttaram atmanam ubayo madhye yattat prajananam prabhu sthali sthanam gato astvatam sami garbham vilakshayasa tena dve arani kritva urvasi loka kamayaya sthali sthanam gato aswatham sami garbham vilakshayasa tena dve arani kritva urvashi loka kamayaya sthali sthanam gato aswatham sami garbham vilakshayasa tena dve arani kritva urvasi loka kamayaya sthani sthanam gato aswatham sami garbham vilakshayasa tena dve arani kritva urvasi loka kamayaya. Sthali sthanam gato aswatham sami garbham vilakshasya tena dve arani kritva urvashi loka kamayaya. Then I continue the next verse. Urvasim mantrato dhyayan adharanim uttaram atmanam ubhayor madhye yattat prajananam prabhu. Sthali sthanam, the place where Agni Sthali was left. Gataha, going there. Aswatham, an aswatha tree. Sami garbham, produced from the womb of a sami tree. Vilakshaya, seeing, sa, he, Pururava. Tena, from that. Dve, two, arani, pieces of wood required for igniting a fire for sacrifice. Kritva, making Urvasi loka kamaya, desiring to go to the planet where Urvasi was present. Urvasi, mantrataha, by chanting the required mantra. Dhyayan, meditating upon. Adhara, lower. Aranim, arani wood. Uttaram, and the upper one. Atmanam, himself. Ubhayo madhye, in between the two. Yattat, that which he meditated upon. Prajananam, as a son. Prabhu, the king. Translation proposed by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. When the process of purity yagya became manifest within his heart, King Pururava went to the same spot where he had left Agni Sthali. There he saw that from the womb of a sami tree, an aswatha tree had grown. He then took a piece of wood from that tree and made it into two aranis, designed to go to the planet where Urvasi resided. He chanted mantras, meditating upon the lower arni as Urvasi, the upper one as himself, and the pieces the piece of wood between them as his son. In this way, he began to ignite a fire. Purport. The Vedic fire for performing yagya was not ignited with ordinary matches or similar devices. Rather, the Vedic sacrificial fire was ignited by the ranis, or two sacred pieces of wood, which produce fire by friction with a third. Such a fire is necessary for the performance of yagya. If successful, a yagya will fulfill the desire of its performer. Thus, Pururava took advantage of the process of yagya to fulfill his lusty desires. He thought of the lower Arni as Urvasi, the upper one as himself, and the middle one as his son. A relevant Vedic mantra quoted herein by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is Sami Garbhad Agnim Mantha. A similar mantra is Urvasyam Ursi Pururava. Pururava wanted to have children continuously by the womb of Urvasi. His only ambition was to have sex life with Urvasi and thereby get a son. In other words, he had so much lust in his heart that even while performing yagya, he thought of Urvasi instead of thinking the master of the yagya, Yagneshwar, Lord Vishnu. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshrumitam Yena Tashmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganar Gunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhamitamasya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagadapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpadarubhasya kripa sindhubhaivasya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So welcome everyone online and physically here. This is wonderful Śrīmad Bhāgavatam discussion we are hearing. Of course, Parikshit Maharaj is giving us the opportunity to hear about Krishna and the pastime of Krishna related to his devotees. And here we are sitting and reading about King Pururava, enchanted by Urvasi. So one may question, especially if we see the previous couple of verses, it becomes very graphic. I mean, sometimes we feel like, whether we should discuss this or not. But then this is given in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, and Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is Amala Purana. There is no traces of impurity. So that means there is some benefit for us. Is this just about, going through the pages and then reading these verses and finding, how the King Pururava was enchanted by Urvasi, especially last few verses. He was so agitated just by seeing her. So is this a love story of King Pururava? Yes and no. In the sense, yes, that's a history. It did happen. That's why it's given. And then later we will see how the situation transform into something different, something for the self-realization. And then he was totally a different person. And then he became so wonderful devotee. So this is why it's given to us. This is not for the reading of one person getting enchanted by another person. and we are hearing about their enchantments. No, this is about our purification. This is about our understanding that, okay, this has happened in the past, not with only this person, but there are so many examples. These examples are given in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam in different category, whether it's a lust, whether it's anger, whether it's attachment, so many different categories is given so that we understand properly, rightfully, because there are two ways we can understand. One is the positive aspect, that is properly, the way we should hear and understand, and the other one is the way we will think that we want to hear. But then Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is clarifying that this is not about love story, or this is not about the lust, rather this is about the transformation. In between, these episodes are given so that we can compare. We start with our verse, translation. So, in the beginning it's given that when the process of fruitive yagya became manifest within his heart, King Pururava went to the same spot where he had left Agnisthali. So Agnisthali, we know that when Urvashi noticed that event or that he saw and the condition was broken, so then she went back to heaven, to King Indra. But before that, she arranged that you worship these Gandharvas and then they will give you benefit. So then what they did, Gandharvas, they produced a beautiful, similarly beautiful woman, and the name was Agnisthali. Is there any relevance? Maybe, I don't know, but then just by looking at the word, we can understand Agnisthali. Sthali means thal, where Agni is residing. So maybe we can understand from that perspective that because King Pururava was enchanted by Urvasi and that fire of lust was burning in his heart, so then there has to be a solution. So first, just to pacify him, the Agnisthali was given. And then he realized, oh, this is not the same Urvasi. So then he left. And now he has come to the realization that yes, this transformation, this in my heart, the transformation hasn't come yet. I still want Urvasi. So what is the process? Oh, he took the help of, the next point is, he took the help of yagya. What is that? Fruitive yagyas. When the process of fruitive activities became manifest in his heart, he went to the same spot and he had left Agnisthali. There he saw from the womb of a sami tree, an aswatha tree had grown. He took the piece of wood from that tree and made it to 2 aranis. And then he started reciting the mantras. So, aswatha tree is given in Bhagavad Gita as well. What is that verse? The 15.1, where Lord Krishna says that this material world is like a aswatha tree. Why? Because it's opposite, the spiritual world, and this is perverted reflection. So in perverted reflection, what is happening? The roots are going up and the branches are going down. So this whole creation, material creation, is like that tree. And then it's expanding. How is expanding? Through this process of this lust, attachment, greed, envy is expanding and is going everywhere. And there is no stoppage until and unless someone becomes Krishna conscious and he decides that, okay, now I must cut out this tree of attachment. So this is relevance here. And then there is another word, sami tree. So if you do some research, just some understanding. So aswatha, another word is banyan tree, and sometimes referred as a peepal tree, but peepal tree is different. Peepal tree is where Lord Vishnu is considered, he resides, is very auspicious. And sami tree or shami tree is related to Lord Shiva. So here what he did, so he divided into two branches, into Aranis. So Aranis is like where the fire is residing. So just like if you rub two pieces of wood, you will produce the fire. And the purpose of fire, to produce the fire is what? Of course we use for cooking, but the main specific purpose is, especially here, is to produce that fire which will elevate us from the lower consciousness to higher consciousness by performing yagya. And who provided the yagya? Krishna provided the yagya. When did he say? So here it is given. Krishna provided the yagya. It is mentioned in 3rd chapter, verse 10 of Bhagavad Gita. In the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods, along with the sacrifice for Lord Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, "Be thou happy by this yagya, sacrifice, because its performance will bestow upon you everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation." So Pururava, of course, it says Treta Yuga started. So in Satyuga, it was mentioned that one can achieve the supreme destination, Lord Vishnu, or the spiritual world by meditating upon Him. In the Treta Yuga, the vice was introduced. Vice means something which is not proper, something is of your desire, not in relevance to the Vedic, the spiritual way. So here, the Treta Yuga, the vice was introduced. That means now the performance yagya is arranged so that one can achieve their desired result. And king, of course, he is king. And we know before the rishis or the kings were Raja Rishi, they were rishis. So he had understood that now the time has come, I need to do this yagya so that I can go to the same planet where Urvashi is residing. Maybe he didn't know that Urvashi, or maybe he knew that Urvashi is coming down from the heaven. And we know the history how Urvashi was produced. Narayan Rishi, when Indra wanted to break their tapasya, so he sent Kamadev and other themselves. But then Narayan Rishi, he produced Urvashi from Thai. That, oh, let me welcome you. You are bringing beautiful girls to enchant me. Now let me bring these beautiful girls to do your akta swakta, to properly welcome you. So then he produced Urvashi. And just when, like when guest departs, you give some gift or you give some prasadam. So Narayan Rishi, they said, okay, better you take this Urvashi with you. So King Indra brought Urvashi at the heaven. And now he has sent here because there was a curse. And King Pururava, he got enchanted. And now he is desiring to go to the same planet where Urvashi is residing. So this is the power of mantra meditation. This is the power of mantra, chanting the mantras. We can chant mantras for different purposes. Especially we have the mantras to chant, and that is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So we can reach by chanting this mantra. This shows how much relevance is there in chanting the mantras. This is not ordinary thing that just in the Vedic literature something is given that you chant this mantra. No. All the mantras have a specific relevance. Especially this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is given to us by the mercy of our Guru Parampara and Lord Chaitanya. That Hare Krishna Mahamantra, if we chant properly, desiringly, then what will happen? We will go back to the spiritual world where we want to go. We want to go to Golok Vrindavan, we will go there. Or we want to go to some other spiritual world, spiritual planet, we will go there. From that perspective, doesn't matter. At least we are in the spiritual world. But special mercy of Lord Chaitanya is that He has given us the love of Godhead, love of Radha Vallabha directly. So we can go back to them directly by chanting this mantra. And then what he did? He divided and he thought. So this is, here the consideration is given that he thought of meditating upon the lower Arnis as Urvasi, upper one as himself, and the piece of wood between them as his son. In this way he began to ignite a fire. So how powerful he is, that he is not waiting for Rishi to come to ignite the fire. This shows that he was Raja Rishi. He knew mantra. He has studied the Vedic science. So then he thought. So similarly, when we chant, it's not just that we can just, chant, but rather we have to have that meditation. This mantra I am chanting is to my connection. I want to bring my connection, I want to revive my connection so that I can go back where Radha Vallabha or Radha Krishna they are residing. I want to go back to that place where they are residing. Of course, the Golok Vrindavan. So then, if we continue further, he says, Pururava wanted to have children continuously by the womb of Urvasi. His only ambition was to have sex life with Urvasi and thereby get a son. In other words, he had so much lust in his heart that even while performing the yagya, he thought of Urvasi instead of thinking of the master of yagya, Yagneshwar, Lord Vishnu. So we will cover some aspect of these statements as well. First, we will start with yagya, I think which we covered. Yeah, but we can start with this one as well. So this verse is given in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 12, Chapter 3, verse 52. So, Kritayete Dhayato Vishnu Treta Yatato Mukhe Dvapare Paricharya Yo Kalau Tad Dhari Kirtanat. So, whatever is achieved by meditation in Satyuga, by the performance of sacrifice in Treta Yuga, and by the worship of Lord Krishna's lotus feet in Dwapar Yuga, is obtained in the age of Kali simply by glorifying the name of Lord Keshava. So, he is performing the yagya, but then he is thinking about Urvasi. So sometimes it happens with us as well, that we are chanting Hare Krishna, but we are thinking about achieving something else, not the lotus feet of Radha Vallabha, or Radha Krishna, or Krishna Baram, or Jagannath Baram Subhara, or Shri Gaunitai. We are not thinking about them, rather we are thinking about something else. I want to achieve this so that I can chant, and that's offensive japa. We say, in the 10 offenses, we say that if we utilize chanting for other purpose than achieving the love of Godhead, then is in the sense it will not give us the ultimate benefit what we should be achieving. Rather, it will give us what we desire. And here, King Pururava is desiring Urvasi while performing the yagya. So better we consider that this yagya, especially in Kali Yuga, is used simply for glorifying the name of Lord Keshava. And then Krishna will provide. He can provide if he wants to. We don't have to bother about desiring and then praying that way. Rather, he will provide. Just like, what is that example? I just forgot. I remember and I just forgot. Lord Vishnu appeared in front of Bindu Sarovar. Bindu Sarovar is related to which rishi? Huh? Kardama Muni. Yes. Thank you. So Kardama Muni, he was meditating and then Lord Vishnu appeared. And Lord Vishnu was so merciful, so pleased with his meditation, with his austerity, that the ashru, the water came out from his eyes It's like we say crying, but then it's happiness. It's bliss, the ashru of bliss that came out, and then it became Bindu Sarovar. And then he said, yes, I know what you desire. So Swayambhu Manu or Manu will come and he will hand over his daughter to you. Consider this. Lord himself is saying this to his devotee. So he will provide. He knows what we want. Not that we desire separately. Not that we pray. I mean, consider if we go in front of them and we pray like this, that, oh, please give me this. Then he would say, okay, no problem. I will give you. Let the time come. But better we rather pray that, please, my Lord, I just want to be engaged in devotional service. Janmani Janmani Sware. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagdisha kame, mama janmani janmani sware, bhautad bhaktir ahitukitay. Ananda tanuja kinkaram patitam visham budayo. Ananda tanuja kinkaram patitam visham budayo. Krupya tava pada pankaja sitatuli sadrasam vichinta. I just want to be the little speck at your lotus feet. Just tiny little speck. Not big, just tiny. So that at least you would recognize my existence. Whether somebody else will recognize my existence or not, that's different story. But at least you will recognize my existence. That yes, there is a loving relationship, that this devotee exists as a speck, as a like little dust at my lotus feet. That's what the yagya is for. Especially now that we are living in Kali Yuga. I mean, King Pururava did this in Treta Yuga. Then in between we have Dwapar Yuga came. And now we are in Kali Yuga. I mean, we have to accept we are in Kali Yuga. If we don't accept we are in Kali Yuga, then there is no solution. We have to accept our limitations. We have to accept that I don't have much time. King Pururava, if you consider that this was Satyuga and it's mentioned Treta Yuga was coming, so even if we consider, I was doing some calculations, so Satyuga lasts for 1728 into 1000, that much time. And then the duration, life duration, it says, normally it says 1 lakh, 100,000 years. So that's like a 7% of the total duration. Now, if you consider Treta Yuga, so Treta Yuga becomes 1,296,000, right? And then the duration, lifespan becomes 10,000. So that is like 0.7%. 0.7%. So consider that lifespan has reduced. And then King Pururava still wanted to achieve Urvasi. And then later we will see what actually happened. So if we go further down in Kali Yuga, we live, the Kali Yuga, total duration of Kali Yuga is what? 432,000, right? And it says lifespan is about 100 years. Not even 100 years, but about 100 years. So that is like 0.02%. Of the total. Lifespan is just 0.02% of the total duration of Kali Yuga. So Krishna is already so merciful that we don't have to spend so much of time in Kali Yuga. And on the top, Lord Chaitanya is so merciful for us and the Parampara, especially Parampara. We have to thank Srila Prabhupada so much that he didn't change. That he gave Bhagavad Gita or the Vedic literature as it is. He didn't interpret. That he transferred the same potency, the same spiritual power, the same spiritual intention, the same spiritual, the activities to us as Lord Chaitanya desired. Lord Chaitanya desired that we develop love for Godhead, love for Krishna. Then Srila Prabhupada, he gave us that in the pages of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. He just gave the same thing to us in the pages of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. So now we are in Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, Krishna says that what is the yagya for Kali Yuga. So here we already read that the same thing is obtained in the age of Kali simply by glorifying the name of Lord Keshava. And then Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita as well, chapter 9 verse 14, he says Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. You go on chanting Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. Kirtan of what? Kirtan of not a very beautiful girl. Kirtan of Krishna. Especially we have very beautiful personalities standing in front of us, Srimati Radharani. I mean, if we become enchanted by her beauty, of course, Krishna is the rightful owner to be enchanted by her beauty. But as a mother, as a loving, with a loving reciprocation, we can become enchanted by her beauty as well. Just as a mother, just as a friends, the Sakhis. So, and Radhastami is coming. So we have two choices. We can be attracted by the beauty of this beautiful girl, themselves, Urvasi, who has a fragrant fragrance coming out of her body like a lotus. But then here in the temple itself, when we enter this temple premise, this altar room or this temple, the beautiful smell comes. It's like so beautiful aroma comes in our heart, in our nostrils and in our mind and in our heart, and we become like, wow, so beautiful. I want to spend time here more and more, right? So we can become enchanted by Srimati Radharani, or we can be enchanted by someone walking with the physical body made up of material elements. So then Krishna says about the Sankirtan, Yagnanam japa yagnosmi. What he says? I am of sacrifices. I am the chanting the holy name of, I am the chanting of the holy names. That is japa. So then in purport, Srila Prabhupada has written, of all sacrifices, the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, is the purest representation of Krishna. Purest representation of Krishna. So how much we can be enchanted by chanting this mantra? If we apply, we have all the ingredients, everything is ready. We just have to apply with the right intention in a right way, process. Because here, Pururava is showing that he used the yagya for satisfying his desires. And it didn't satisfy him completely. But rather, if we utilize this yagya to satisfy Krishna, then what will happen? We'll become satisfied. We will satisfy. And we can achieve so many things. This lust, of course, here it is related in connection with women. Of course, it is same for men as well. It applies both ways. But then actual lust is what? Actual lust is some strong attachment to achieve something. Very strong attachment to achieve something. Whether it's a woman, whether it's a money, whether it's so many other things. Prestige, power, within our devotional life also, we come across so many things. But then we go back to the roots, we go back to our simple philosophy. Well, Lord Chaitanya has given. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim kavitam jigdeshakame mama janmani janmani sware bhavtat bhakti rahito kite. I simply want a devotional life, pure devotional life, birth after birth. In between we will have up and down, but the aim should be this. Sometimes we may just get attracted by this as shown by King Pururava, but it doesn't have to stop us. Rather, we know the purpose of yagya, we can just simply execute And the transformation happens. Transformation happens after that. Okay, let me read these few points. I mean, how the transformation happens, because we discuss about this, and now the real examples of transformation, the devotional life or the devotional touch, what it can do. Some examples. So chanting, just like here it is described, that he wanted to use the yagya. And Prabhupada had demonstrated the real example, how this is not simply just statements like Krishna, as he said in the beginning of the creation, I provided the yagya and the ingredients of yagya, and by doing this you will achieve all the necessities of life and you will be happy. Prabhupada demonstrated just by opening this ISKCON. He demonstrated. We have so much wealth, so much fame, so much of everything. Prabhupada demonstrated. And practically he started without any money, without any manpower. Just he had only one thing, that is strong faith in the words of spiritual master and strong faith in the holy name of the Lord. Strong faith. He knew that this will work. I just have to attempt, I just have to try. And then another example, when he went to Hyderabad. In Hyderabad there was not much rain for many years. And then Prabhupada said, no, just go on chanting Hare Krishna. Do the Sankirtan Yagya, going outside. And then what happened? Rain came. And then the newspapers wrote that just by chanting, the rain has come. This Hare Krishna, Prabhupada has brought the rain. And then one of the wonderful, I was searching for the Aranis, one of the wonderful offering I came across by Srila Prabhupada's disciple, that is Kushalkratha Prabhu. He offered this wonderful offering in 1983, in Vyasa Puja offering to Srila Prabhupada. I offer my respectful obeisances to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He took the Arani sticks of hearing and chanting about Krishna and ignited the sacred fire of Krishna Bhakti in this world. See how wonderfully he has taken this. And Arani woods example come in Bhagavatam many times. But then he has taken this wonderful example of rubbing the Aranis. Here he has taken as hearing and chanting about Krishna. And that's what Srila Prabhupada did. He has given us hearing and chanting about Krishna. He has given so many books, so many lectures. And then another example is Srila Prabhupada's disciple, Haridas Prabhu. So this Haridas Prabhu, he was a thief initially. So, Prabhupada, he's a master, he's the king, right? So he would have many different paraphernalias, nice, beautiful. So somebody had donated the Rolex watch to him. So he was wearing. So this devotee, before he joined, by profession he was thief. So he was stealing. So then he came across these Hare Krishnas, and then he saw, maybe he came across Srila Prabhupada, and he saw, oh, Prabhupada is wearing nice Rolex watch. Now that means I have to steal it. So he came, and then he started going closer to devotees and started serving. And then in that association, he transformed. And he transformed. So one day he just openly told to Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, I came here for this purpose, and now all my desires have gone. But then sometimes like when you do that habit daily, then it becomes habit. So one day what happened is he couldn't sleep because, like if you are living together like brahmacharis, somebody would snore, like myself. And then others will feel, oh, hang on, what's going on? I can't sleep. So he was feeling like this, that other devotees were making noise at night. So he couldn't sleep. So he was awake. So he went to Prabhupada. Now Prabhupada what he was doing at night, he was translating the books for us. So after midnight, he would wake up and then he would translate the work of different acharyas, and he will provide us these wonderful purports. That's his service to his Guru and Parampara, to Krishna. So he was translating, and then he saw Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada said, yes. And then he narrated, I can't sleep like this. Then Prabhupada said, that's okay, don't mind. Maybe you can do one thing for me. See, while I'm writing, these dogs are barking very loudly, especially in India, right? I think that was in India. So they are barking. Maybe you can take up this service, you can keep off the dogs. And then he took up their service. So this is how the transformation happens. And then let me see if 8:30, let me see if I have missed anything. So in summary, what I can say is we have the right ingredients, we have all the facilities. It is just we have to decide this yagya, the Kali Yuga, the Sankirtan yagya, how I want to use it. I want to use it to gratify these desires, or I want to use it for approaching Krishna in pure devotion. Of course, Krishna also gives us the other way as well, that if you want to perform this, then there is a process. Even for the sex life, there is a process. He says that you can perform the sex life, which is according to religious principles. So it's not about the sex life, rather it's about that lust, rather it's about that strong attachment to achieve something material. So we shouldn't use the yagya for that purpose. Rather, we utilize the yagya for right purpose through right process. With this, I stop here. If any question or comment or any correction. Sorry? Oh, Savior. Oh, Jai. Wow. I consider she is the one who is getting the most benefit of, because, I mean, just consider.
You can play here.
Yes. Oh, it's audio. Yeah. Just consider how much, hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, how much, how much fortunate we are. I mean, in Satyuga, Treta Yuga and Dwapar Yuga, all whatever has happened there, the realizations, the nectar, now is flowing in the Kali Yuga. And that is flowing in the language we can understand. If it was Sanskrit, it's a different story. But that is happening in English, and that is happening in the West, and that is happening in Australia. So far, in Australia, if you see in the world map, just to come here, it takes 8-9 hours from India. And within Australia, if you reach Darwin, then also to come to Melbourne, it will take 4 hours by flight, right? All the way down. And we are so fortunate, we are getting this benefit of hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. It's by Prabhupada's mercy and Guru Parampara's mercy. So, better we utilize this yagya for our greater benefit. And Krishna will fulfill all the desires, believe me. He will fulfill all the desires. He will reciprocate with you individually the way you desired. Even though you don't express, He will reciprocate. He will give ample opportunity. Ample opportunity. Okay, this is locked, sorry. I am just... Okay. Okay, so Savia's question, it's so wonderful. Her question is that you mentioned that King Pururava was remembering Urvasi while doing this yagya performance. He was not meditating on Lord Vishnu. At the same time, we also do, when we chant japa or when we do the devotional service, we may not be thinking about Krishna, or we may have our own desires. And then it could be this nama bhas or nama aparad, like that. So, how do we know that we are making progress? Is this something which is not good, not proper? Like that, the question is. So, how do we know? Of course, there are many ways we can answer. The one I thought at this time, especially considering your situation, your age and your progress, the future ahead, if we are really connected with this, doesn't matter, we could be thinking about so many things, we could not have a pure intention, just like another example I can think of, later I will explain about Bilva Mangal Thakur. And here we discuss about Haridas Prabhu, approaching Prabhupada for that purpose. So it doesn't matter. Akama sarva kamo va moksha kamo va udharati. At least the way we will make sure that we are progressing in this is how much, whether we remain here, whether we remain connected throughout the whole life. That itself will validate the process we are following. Because what will happen is, if we are chanting Hare Krishna, if we are doing the devotional services for some purpose, as soon as that purpose will be fulfilled, you will be out of this congregation. You will be out of this process. You will forget about Krishna. You will forget about chanting. But even though your desires are fulfilled or not, regardless, if you continue doing the devotional service, if you continue staying here in the association of devotees, if you continue serving Krishna, Radha Vallabha, then regardless of what desires you may have, even while executing your devotional life, that's okay, it will be taken care. The whole point is, whatever our status is, we want to remain connected with this wonderful Krishna consciousness. We may be attracted by a lusty woman we are going through, and here so many opportunities. Believe me, as we grow up, so many things will happen. As you grow up, so many things will happen. That's okay. It will come and go. But don't leave this association. Don't leave this chanting Hare Krishna, whether your desires are fulfilled or not. That point will tell you whether you are making progress or not. And this progress we want to make every kshan, every moment. It's not that today I made progress, I chanted 16 rounds, and tomorrow I won't chant 16 rounds, minimum 16 rounds. No. And this is the example, as we will see in King Pururava. Today he is showing that he became so attracted to Urvasi. But tomorrow he will show us how he sustained himself. Just like Bilva Mangal Thakur, what he did. He was nice, devoted person, and then he got attracted. He got attracted to lust. He got attracted to that Chintamani. He reached out to her. And then Chintamani preached him. Chintamani. So consider the Vedic system. Even the prostitutes would have the knowledge of God. Even prostitutes can guide you on the path of God. Even prostitutes can act as guru, as a Vatapadakasha guru or Shiksha guru. Consider that. That is the culture we want to bring. No matter what happens in our life, whether we have this desire or that desire, doesn't matter. We want to remain connected with Radha Krishna, Radha Vallabha. We want to connect, we want to remain connected. This is the most important. And what happened to Bilva Mangal Thakur? On the way also, he is going, and that desire came again. To Chintamani, she said, oh, you have so much attraction, so much lust for this. You can utilize the same lust for Krishna. And what is that verse? It says, Lolyam. You have to have that strong desires, that greed, strong. You have so much lust for me, now you can utilize the same lust for Krishna. Go to Govinda, go to Krishna in Vrindavan. So he understood. And of course, some they say he was Somgiri, whatever it may be. But literally if we take, for now, we can see Chintamani, a prostitute. Right? And the way he is going to Vrindavan, and on the way he got attracted again to a woman, beautiful woman. Maybe she is looking similar like Chintamani or here Urvasi, Agnisthali. So then he got attracted, he went, oh, my dear sir, can I have some time with your wife? Oh, there, go for it. And then he realized, what am I doing? Then he poked his eyes. It's not advisable that we do the same. But internally, in Kali Yuga, we don't even have strength to do that. We shouldn't have, because this body is Krishna's body. So then he realized again, and then he went. Now he's blind. We can have a nice darshan of Radha Vallabha, but he's blind. He can't have a darshan, this external darshan from that perspective. He can't have a darshan of Radha Madan Mohan, Gopinath, Govindaji. In Vrindavan we have. Now we have Prabhupada's mercy, we have Krishna Balaram standing there for us. So, Bilva Mangal Thakur, but he became so devoted, so internalized, that he was constantly meditating on Krishna, his lotus feet. And then Krishna would come personally and serve him. Right? So, Savior, your question, doesn't matter. Just remain connected. Chant Hare Krishna. You have a desires or not desires, that's okay. You reveal to Krishna. Just like Kardama Muni also revealed. That's something we have to also consider. That there are many, we have to see things in a balanced way. Not one side, the other side also. So Kardama Muni also expressed that yes, my Lord, you are here, but this is my desire. I want to get married. So Kardama Muni expressed. So then Lord blessed, yes, I know. And that's why I have already arranged. So you can express, this is my desire, my Lord. But you don't become, you don't force Krishna to give you. You don't push Krishna. Let him remain as master. Rather you can pray, yes, my Lord, this is my desire. I prayed many years back, when not everyone was supporting. I prayed, Lord, please help me. I was looking for money, I didn't have. Even money to pay the rent. The people throw me out of the house in the student life. This happens. And then you pray, and then Krishna reciprocates. Krishna will give you. But then that is just for temporary. But then now if we are in association of this wonderful science, we know what we should be praying. Along with our desires, rather we should be praying for the pure devotional service as well. That please, let me remain engaged in your service, in the association of devotees. Let me, my intelligence, let it be purified so much that I don't go away from this congregation. I don't go away from this wonderful science of Krishna consciousness to fulfill my desires externally. Externally, you won't be able to purify. Pururava, King Pururava, he took the help of yagya, and that was the benefit, that was the beneficial for him. Yagya, whether he remembered or not, but Lord Vishnu remembered that yagya is for me. So then Lord Vishnu, he reciprocated with him. Later we will see. So at least Krishna will remember that at least you are approaching the right way. Right way. Maybe wrong purpose, but right way. And sometimes it's not even completely wrong purpose. Maybe if you want to pass exam, just like you are praying, could be. But that's okay. So don't take it too much literally. Just be natural. Just be natural, and Krishna will reciprocate. Ye athamam prapadyante. Arjuna approached Krishna for clarification. He didn't approach Krishna, tell me the science of self-realization. He didn't approach Krishna that tell me what is the highest truth. He didn't approach. He said, I'm confused about my duties. This is what his words are. I'm confused about my duties. Now I am soul surrendered to you. Please tell me what is the best for me. What should I do? And he was relating, at least externally we can see, he is relating this war, whether he should fight or not. Of course, internal purpose could be many different things. But, so that's okay. Just remain in touch with Krishna. That will satisfy you eternally. With this, I hope your question is answered properly. Otherwise, we can have a discussion later. With this, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna.